Okay, we are down to Anson Rickard. Mr. Rickard, how you
Can you hear
doing?
me?
How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Okay, this case is 25T15, Anson Rickard. Mr. Rickard, have you had an opportunity to talk to Ms. Smith about your case?
I have not. I am here on special appearance. I have some questions I have to ask before we do go forward.
Okay, what are you going to ask? Go ahead.
Your Honor, for the record, I respectfully inquire whether the court has any financial, personal, or professional interest in this matter that would require disclosure or recusal under applicable judicial ethics rules.
No, of course not.
Sir, I am the executor of the all caps name that's in front of you.
Okay,
The
Mr.
trust.
Mr. Rickard, I have on here that you signed in as Mr. Rickard. So I'm assuming you're Mr. Rickard. If you're not Mr. Rickard, then I will put out a warrant for you. So you can
I am
either.
Sir, I am the living person. I am not the all caps corporation that you're trying to
Okay, well,
contract with.
I'm not gonna play the sovereign citizen game with you.
Sir, as
You are either Mr.
before,
Rickard, Mr. Rickard. You're gonna listen to me. You're either Mr. Rickard or you're not Mr. Rickard. If Mr. Rickard is here in court on WebEx, great. If he's not, I'm issuing a warrant for you. So, are you Mr. Rickard or not? Yes or no?
I am the living person, not the all caps name you're trying to contract with.
Ms.
Sir, I
Smith,
know my rights. I know my constitutional rights. Is this a constitutional court? Is this
Ms. Smith, do you
is
have
this a
any?
court of record?
Ms. Smith, we have someone here claiming to be it shows on their WebEx as Anson Rickard. He will not admit to being Anson Rickard, so I really don't know whether he is. The best I can do is issue a warrant for Anson Rickard. What does the state have to say?
Yes, Your Honor. If Mr. Rickard is failing to appear, then the state would request a warrant in the court's discretion.
Okay. All right, we have Mr. Rickard was charged with speeding 25 to 39 over, failure to display proof of insurance, driving under restraint, and expired plates. So, Lisa, if you will issue a $500
Can you hear me?
PR. Well, I don't know
Can
who
you
I'm
hear me?
talking to, so I'm not talking to you because I don't know if you're Mr. Rickard or not. You will not admit it. So I am putting you on mute.
Your Honor, the state would also request an in-person appearance on that warrant so that we can verify that Mr. Rickard does appear at the next hearing.
Okay. We're going to issue a $500 PR for Mr. Rickard. And Mr. Rickard, you'll have to appear, if this is you or if anyone's listening, that is actual Mr. Rickard, you will have to appear on the 6th of April at 10 o'clock, 6th of April, 2026 at 10 o'clock.
Sir, are you assuming jurisdiction? I need that question answered, please, sir.
Mr. Rickard, if this is Mr. Rickard or whoever we're talking to, without knowing that you're Mr. Rickard, I'm not going to discuss your case, but yes, the court has jurisdiction over any matters that I just read off here. And as long as they were committed in real
Can I
Buncombe
ask
County.
according to what law that is?
Okay, all right. I'm not going to discuss this case with you if I don't know who you are. So, you're welcome to hang up and say goodbye because we've issued a warrant for you. Okay, let's go on to the next case.
23T86, Lissa Fortune.
Judge, I did attempt to discuss with Ms. Fortune.
She has another case as well, 25T727, which is set in March.
She is here. I attempted to speak with her and we did not reach any sort of resolution. And I can't get an answer from her on whether she's.
Ms. Lewis, or Ms. Fortune, come on forward. Come forward. You also have a case, as I said, 25T727, that's set on March 10th, I believe. Do you want to set both of these cases at the same time?
I am here as a woman of peace by special appearance.
So that doesn't answer my question, ma'am. Do you want to set both your cases at the same time to try to resolve both of them together?
Before we move forward, may I have a couple of questions clarified, please?
What are your questions?
I do not understand the nature of the cause and the charges before me.
So you're charged with several counts. First of all, no proof of insurance. That means you're driving on a public highway without proof of insurance for the vehicle that you're traveling in.
Objection.
That
Your Honor,
can't,
is
no,
there-
you're asking a question, I'm answering it.
Okay,
So you asked the question, I'm gonna give you the answer, okay? If you like it or not, that's up to you, but I'm answering your question.
okay.
So your charges are, number one, no proof of insurance. That means that you are operating a motor vehicle on a public highway without proof of insurance or a policy of self-insurance. That can carry up to 1 year in the county jail, up to $1,000 fine, and 4 points against your driving privilege. It can also suspend your driving privilege. Count 2 is driving under restraint. That's a traffic infraction. That means you're driving when your license is under some sort of restraint or suspension. That's a non-alcohol related suspension. That's a traffic infraction that can carry up to $100 fine, 3 points against your driving privilege. Count 3 is driving with expired license plates. That's also a traffic infraction that carries a $35 fine and is a 0-point offense. Count 4 is speeding. That's 10 to 19 miles per hour over the posted speed limit. That's also a Class A traffic infraction that carries a fine and points against your driving privilege. Generally, the fine is $135 for that offense, and it is a 4-point offense. And finally, you're charged with making a turn where prohibited by a traffic control device. That's also a traffic infraction that carries a fine and points against your driving privilege. Those are the charges that have been filed against you.
Is there any injured party that's present here today?
There's not required to be an injured party for traffic offenses, ma'am.
Is this a civil or criminal case? Is there a requirement for me to obtain a registration, license, and insurance?
There is a state law requirement for that, yes. That's why, I mean, you're charged with not having that. If you have that, that's a way to resolve the case.
But that
But the
state
state
law,
law is requires anyone operating a motor vehicle on a highway in the state of Colorado is required to have a valid driver's license and proof of insurance and current registration for the vehicle.
ma'am, my next question is, that is in conflict to the Constitution with states that I do not have to have a license.
It is not in conflict with the Constitution, ma'am. It is directly authorized by the Colorado Constitution.
I have
Colorado
my free
Constitution
right of locomotion.
authorizes the legislature to enact laws for public safety regulations, which is what these are. And so it is absolutely permitted and allowed under the Constitution. And there are multiple cases that indicate that, including the Constitution itself, that says the legislature can enact laws for the public safety on the public roadways.
Well, and in that case, wouldn't that be underneath the enclave clause with Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17?
No, it would not. Because the judicial department is permitted to enforce the law. So this is why we have 3 branches of government, okay? The legislator makes the laws that people are required to follow.
But there are over 60,000 laws. Are people supposed to be required to remember all of those laws?
Well, you can't, I mean, I understand that you're not going to know all of them, but basic traffic laws, which is why you get a driver's license, you go through some basic training for getting your driver's license and have some education on those basic laws at that time. And it is required to have a driver's license to operate a motor vehicle on the highway of Colorado.
Well, with
Ma'am, I'm not going to have a debate with you about public policy. These are authorized by the Colorado Constitution.
Ma'am, I'm not
And by the
debating with you.
legislature.
I'm asking for clarity and I'm asking questions for clarity.
I'm giving you the answer, and they are absolutely authorized by the Constitution.
My next question would be, with Article 13 and 14 that shows that there's a dual system of law. With that dual system of law, can you please provide evidence that I am under the subject matter jurisdiction of the United States, as I am a woman under the Republic of Colorado?
So
And since there is a dual system of law, I'm asking moving forward to provide the subject matter
So
jurisdiction.
the court has subject matter jurisdiction pursuant to Article 6 of the Colorado Constitution, Section 16 and 17, Colorado Revised Statutes 18-1201, Colorado Revised Statutes 13-6106. That's the jurisdiction. So the court absolutely has jurisdiction. My question to you, Ms. Fortune, again, is are you going to be getting an attorney? Are you going to be applying for the assistance of the public defender? Or what, are you going to ask to consolidate these cases together to set them at one time?
Yes, I
because
would
that's-
ask to please consolidate the cases together and
They're going to
also,
be on the same court date.
yes, please. And
Okay,
then
then that's what we're going to do today.
I would request a motions hearing.
We'll set that at the next court date. Ms. Jones, I understand in 25T727, you're going to be filing an amended complaint. Is that correct?
Okay, no, we're not filing the amended complaint, Judge.
Okay. All right. So ma'am, I'm going to set both of these cases on the next court date for you, which is going to be March the 10th at 9 a.m., which is the court date that we have on the 25T case. Between now and then, I strongly recommend that you consult with an attorney to determine how you want to proceed in these cases. And we'll see you then.
Good morning, Your Honor. Would the court please call the Clout matter?
You're about to see my attorney violate my rights. He's about to claim an incompetency thing, which this is a bailiff, this is the defendant, as in me.
Sorry.
This is my attorney who's supposed to be defending me. Hey, don't forget about y'all's and all the dignitaries of this court that state, oh, I got freedom of speech, by the way, which is my First Amendment under the United States Constitution and the Colorado Constitution under
Sir, I'm going to call your case.
Section 4.
This is
All right, well-
25 CR 5887, People versus Anthony Clout.
Kevin Warden for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rob Levine on behalf of Mr. Clout, who appears in custody.
Okay, good morning.
So, Your Honor, I would like to address the court, please.
Hold on, Mr. Clout. I'm going to ask the attorneys to hear from them first. And then if there's something you'd like to say, I'll hear from you then.
Thank you, Judge. We filed a motion to determine competency along with attached affidavit going over the grounds, which kind of raised concerns. In this case, I've spent a lot of time with Mr. Clout. This is not something I wanted to do. I know the standard is high, but this is something I felt like I had to do given my interactions with Mr. Clout and the interactions with other members of our office and Mr. Clout. So we have legitimate concerns here.
Pardon me if I may, Your Honor, speak.
One moment, sir, okay? All right, Mr. Warden, I'm not sure you have any say, but any record you want to make?
No, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Clout, did you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor. You are the judge. A jury would sit over there in the corner. The prosecution, known as the people, would be charging me with a crime. My attorney, which would be known as the defendant, would be defending me against said crime against the prosecution. This lady would be the bailiff. The President of the United States is President Donald John Trump, I apologize. J.D. Vance is the Vice President of the United States. And I just want to remind the dignitaries of this court that every dignitary of the court, from the prosecution to yourself, even the bailiff, has sworn to uphold and defend to protect the Constitution of the United States. Based upon Article 6, Clause 2, supremacy law of the land, Your Honor, there's nothing over my constitutional Bill of Rights or federal law. With this being stated, Your Honor, I've also addressed on December 15th that my own attorney was violating Title 18 United States Code 241 is a conspiracy against one's rights, and also Title 18 United States Code 242, deprivation of rights under the color of law, which the prosecution would be acting under at this time, being a prosecutor, and which is considered both felonies under Title 18, Your Honor. I am an advocate for the people. I advocate for the people's rights, and in the Constitution it says "we the people," Your Honor. And I'm not referring to the people of the prosecution, but we the people of the United States, Your Honor. I have defended multiple people across the United States from 5 different states, traveling as a homeless minister, choosing to be homeless based upon a religious exemption because Yeshua HaMashiach, who was a Jew and who did defend the Christians and start the Christianity religion. For Christianity means to be Christ-like, Your Honor. And Your Honor, I'd just like to state that I did inform the ACLU press, Denver press, months prior to my rights being violated. And even on December 19th, when my own attorney from the Welsh law firm, Mr. Robert Levine, did state that he tried to set a motion to withdraw counsel. And I myself, Your Honor, also told you about conspiracy against my rights that was addressed. And at this time, on December 15th, when this was, December 19th, I apologize, December 19th was addressed that the people known as the prosecution, Your Honor, who sits to my left across from my attorney, turned around and stated that I found a mishap in the discovery that even Mr. Levine turned around and helped the prosecution say that they could change the name of the False Records Act that was violated, which is a federal law. So based upon Article 6, Clause 2, supremacy law of the land, I don't recognize any state law or city statute that violates my constitutional Bill of Rights, and it is considered void and null to my point of view. And this does not make me a sovereign citizen, Your Honor. No, this makes me a patriot of America. And I was born in Charleston, South Carolina, the first state to secede from the Union, just to teach you a little history, ma'am. But with this being said, they're trying to claim incompetency a week and a half prior to the filing date of February 17th. There was a plea deal of 120 days served that was based upon stipulation of if you would accept the deal or not, based upon the felony and misdemeanor being dropped down to 2 assault misdemeanors. And based upon that, a week and a half prior, I tried to get a hold of Robert Levine, but for some reason, I couldn't get a hold of his office for a week and a half, even from the county jail. And the county jail, I'm considered on 23 and lockdown, so I get 1 hour a day out of my cell to be able to call. I wasn't able to call and reach Mr. Levine's office. And I don't know, where's Scott at?
You talked to Scott.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
Scott's not here?
Mr. Clout, what
Okay,
else would you like me to know?
My thing is, Your Honor, by claiming incompetency, this is a violation of my rights because I tried to accept the plea deal that him and the prosecution together come up with 120 days of time served of 2 assault misdemeanors that I wanted to sign, but my attorney said he wanted me to sign it at the jail instead of in front of witnesses in the courtroom that I suggested would be preferred based upon there are multiple inmates in the county jail who have already acquired my name, my information, and for some reason, how they got that information, I do not know, Your Honor. I'm not an investigator for the jail, but I do know that my rights are being violated. And you turned around and stated that some of my claims, I even have documentation that my constitutional rights being violated in your courtroom, Your Honor, was frivolous. And I've even informed you and my attorney about my rights being violated in the jail under the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, which is a federal law, the Civil Rights Act of 1967, which is my religious discrimination, being discriminated against in the county jail. Well, in the downtown Denver detention center where I've been
Clout.
located.
Well, you're sort of just repeating.
I'm all
So
over the
what-
place,
what
but
is
my
it that-
thing is, if I'm incompetent, how do I know what the prosecution's job is? How do I know who the presidency is, the vice president? Even Kash Patel is the director of FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, and Department of Justice is Pamela Bundy. Beautiful woman, by the way. Beautiful woman. Anyways, doesn't matter. Point is, my thing is, my rights are being violated. And if the court wants to continue with this competency and not allow me to sign the plea deal that they worked out, by all means, there will be an investigation. It doesn't matter if it's 2 years from now, which, of course, I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it to defend the people's rights. I'm here to defend the people's rights as an advocate for the people's rights. Clearly, I know what due process is under the Fifth Amendment. I know what Article 2, Section 25 is. And for some reason, the prosecution is sitting here allowing their own False Records Act, federal law being violated by the prosecution. The prosecution is turning around and committing this conspiracy and being felonies being committed
Mr.
against me,
Clout.
Your Honor.
I don't, yeah, you're just repeating yourself.
I don't care about your authority.
Mr. Clout. Mr. Clout,
Step out. Are you done? Are you done? Do you
Is-
want to let the judge
is-
talk?
is-
I need you to be quiet now. Be quiet, Mr. Clout.
Don't be so fake.
I'm going to remove you from the courtroom if you don't stop speaking. I've heard enough. Your attorney has raised the issue of the competency to proceed. At this time, I'm going to enter a mental health stay. All right, for the record, Mr. Clark is choosing to leave the courtroom. So I'm going to continue.
Judge is allowing the competency motion to be filed. So that's why I'm leaving the courtroom, because now my attorney is the one taking power of attorney to allegedly file.
Go. Based on that, I'm going to enter a mental health stay. I'm going to set this matter in our competency courtroom for Tuesday, March 10 at 1:30 in courtroom 1H. I'm going to have the minute order reflect that the mental health stay is lifting in the middle of speedy. And so if and when competency is determined in 1H, I'm going to ask the parties to be cognizant of that so that if it's getting transferred back into this courtroom, that speedy is addressed at the time that it gets transferred back. Is there anything further?
No, thank you.
No, Your Honor.
The minute order will reflect also that because Mr. Clark left the courtroom, he was not advised on any of the procedures, so 1H will have to do that advisement.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
And that's where we'll wrap things up today. We had 3 very different hearings, but they all ended with one thing in common. Refusing to follow the court's process didn't exactly work out in their favor. From the bench warrant and bond conditions to the competency hearing, all 3 cases still have plenty left to unfold. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and share it with anyone who follows courtroom drama or sovereign citizen cases. And if you're new here, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the updates when these defendants return to court. The story isn't over yet, so stay tuned because the next hearing could get even more interesting. See you in the next one.